What we're going to be making today is little paper pillow boxes that we've turned into a little treat box and a cutout window with a little baby onesie on it. So I designed this project with a baby shower in mind, but I'll also show you how you can swap this out for any occasion. And they're really easy to make, which is nice if you're trying to make favors or little gifts for a lot of people. You'll want to use light cardstock or possibly just regular scrapbook paper. If it's thicker than that, like a really heavy cardstock, it's hard to do the fold lines and especially hard to do the curved fold lines. Every box comes out as a single cut like this, and there are some score lines that will make it easy to fold. And then I will show you how to cover up this little window so that you can fill it with some goodies. You pop open at either the bottom or the top, and you get whatever you put inside. Something else that's kind of fun is for every little pillow box that you make, you get one little onesie cut out. And so if you wanted to, this is something you could use somewhere else, either in invitations, part of a game, at a baby shower. So just keep that in mind as you're making these. You might want to save these out of the cutout.
I'm doing everything in Design Space today. So first you want to come over to Images and search for Pillow Box. And I'm going to use this one with the little bunny cutout. Or you can search for the item number that pops up right there. Next, I'm going to search for a baby suit. And then I like the shape of this one right here. Then here's the item number if you want to find the exact one. So once you've clicked on both of those, hit Add to Canvas. And then over in here, we need to ungroup this card so that we have just this circle. But we actually want just the little onesie shape. So click on Contour and click on the circle outline. And now this is the cutout that we have. For the pillow box, we're going to get rid of the bunny cutout. Again, click on the image, click on Contour, and then if you scroll all the way down to the side here, then you can just click on the bunny shape and that will make that disappear. And then just click off to the side to return to the canvas. So I'm going to change the size of this pillow box so that it's 5.5 inches from one curved end to the other curved end. And then I actually came back in here a little bit later and changed it to just 5 inches. That way you can fit 2 boxes on one 12 by 12 piece of paper. So all these lines that are on here are currently cut lines, and so the Cricut will just cut a single line and then that would kind of be your guide for folding. But I'm going to turn it into a score line instead so that I don't have extra cuts in my box. Come over here to the Shapes menu and click on the single line, and it's going to automatically come in as a score line. So drag it down so it's long enough and line it up with where the side tab is and where the center fold line is. Then we come to the box and click Contour. We're going to get rid of all the straight lines. Those are going to be replaced by these score lines that we just added. Next, we're going to replace the curved cut lines with score lines. So go back to the shapes and then go all the way down to the bottom and you'll see this half circle. It's a single line. It comes in a basic cut, so we have to change it to score. So I'm going to flip it around and then just adjust the height and the width so that it matches the curve of what is already there on the box. When it looks like it matches, duplicate it and put it over on the other side of the box. Then click the 2 half circle score lines. It might be easier to click on them over in the layers panel. Click one and then hold Shift or Control and click the other one. So when they're both selected, hit the duplicate button, and then flip it vertically. And then you can drag that down so that they're in the right position for the bottom curves. Now all of our score lines are in place, so we are going to click on the box layer and click Contour. and click on all the curved lines to delete them out as well. All right, before we can attach them to the box layer, we need to do the cutout of the little baby onesie. So you'll see here that I kind of center it up in that space on the right side. When it's in a good spot, you can select the onesie shape and the box shape, click the combine menu, and then hit subtract. Then you can select everything and click attach, and now those score lines are all going to remain in place. Okay, now I'm going to show you right here. The first couple of boxes that I made, I had the cutout on this side, and as you can see, the tabs with the notches are also on that side. And those are the flaps that you want to press in first when you're closing up the pillow box. The little cutout makes it easier for you to put your finger in and pull that out. But that means that the tabs without the little notch are folded towards you and it doesn't look as good. So what works best actually is to do that little onesie cutout on the left side with the tabs with no notch. Okay, so that's what this is going to look like here instead of where I originally put it. And as I'm putting these boxes together in a minute, you'll see what I mean. If you want to make these for another occasion, then just find something else that's a single outline cut that fits your theme, and you can slice that out of here instead of using the baby onesie. So I've got several pieces of scrapbook paper here. These all came from a coordinated pack, so I know they're all going to look good together. Then I have a sheet of the foil acetate from Cricut. You can use this, or you can just use some other kind of plastic. So the scoring stylus goes in here in clamp A, where a pen would go. Normally I would use a green mat, or maybe even blue if I was using a really thin paper. But my green mats aren't very sticky anymore. I need to replace them or make them sticky again. So here I'm using a purple mat that is a little bit older, so it has about the same amount of sticky as a green mat. And it's going to go through and do all the score lines first. And then it will do the little onesie cutout and then cut out the outside of the box. When it's done, unload it from the machine, turn it over and peel the mat away so that the paper doesn't curl. Find and fold all of the score lines. The straight lines will be really easy, of course, and then the curved ones are a little bit harder. Just kind of rotate your fingers around and give it a little bend to follow that score line, and we'll be able to pinch them up a little bit tighter when we're putting the box together. Then when the score lines are all folded, it's easier to see exactly where we want the glue to go to attach our little acetate cover. I'm cutting out a piece that's 2 3/4 inches wide and 3.5 inches tall. Use the tape runner to add some adhesive all around the onesie and then press down the acetate sheet. I found that the tape runner works really well to stick to the acetate, but liquid glue is not going to work very good. Next is time to fold up the side and seal the edge of the box. You can work on a silicone mat if you want to, since the tape runner probably is going to put a little bit of adhesive over the edge of the paper. And if you want the seal to be extra strong, you can put a few drops of liquid glue here along the edge as well. And then just to make sure that everything seals well all the way up to the edges, I'm going to use some clothespins to hold that closed while everything sets. When the side seal is totally dry, then you can fold in the bottom of the box. And you can see here it's easier to fold that in and do some more pinching to really set that crease. So when the bottom is folded in, then you can add in your little treats or whatever you're putting inside. And when it's full, you can close up the top. So see, normally you'd want the tab with the notch to go in first, but then the back part of it folds towards you and just doesn't look as nice. So this is why I did the onesie cut on the other side back in Design Space. Here in just a second, I will show you a fixed box. The assembly process is exactly the same. Fold the 4 lines, add the acetate layer, glue the side, fold in the bottom, fill, and fold in the top. If you're worried about these popping open at all, which they shouldn't, they stay closed really nicely, you can add a little sticker or washi tape to make sure that those flaps stay totally closed.
All right, so aren't these cute? Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you around the internet.